Test is next time. I have put up on your Canvas the solutions to your problems in your notes and the solution to your test review. So all the solutions are up there. We did, for those that remembered, a tutorial review and after school if you need it. I will not be available tomorrow. Okay, so just know I won't be available tomorrow. Wednesday morning you can come in and get help if you need it. Wednesday tutorial is, I'm doing a tutorial for General Chem because they have a test the next day. So you're welcome to come in, but I might not get to your question. Okay, so that's where it's at right now. Let's go on to the next part. Come on. I love when my board works and I do not like when it doesn't. Let's try it again. Okay, so today, if you haven't finished your Learn Smarts and homework, that is your utmost priority. And we are going to do part D in the lab, and I'm going to go over it really fast. It shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes. If it takes you more than 20 minutes, you're slow. Okay, we're going to come back in here, and then we're going to do the graphs for Boyle's Law and Charles' Law real quickly with your computers and upload them to your shared drive, your OneDrive. Then you can turn them into a PDF and attach them to whatever you're attaching for the lab. Okay, and I'll show you how to do those really quickly. The review, I went over that already. Test is on Wednesday, so it's coming down the pike. Make sure you understand. Make sure you go over the review, and if you don't understand the review, make sure you listen to the solving of all the problems on Canvas. Okay, minimum before you hit the test, because you're going to hate life if you don't. Okay, make sure you know how to do that. All right, so whoops, I must have been at the very end one. So let's go here. Come on. Okay, we're just going to look at it this way. All right, so we're going to use what's called an odometer. I've got one over here. I forgot to get some more vinegar, though. This is a new tool that we are going to be using. It is basically a long tube that is closed on one end. It has reading from 0 going up this way, so it's meant to collect gas underneath water this way, and you read down to get the volume. Okay, you're going to first put 3 to 4 drops of indicator in here. Then, after you put the indicator in, you're going to add 10 milliliters of hydrochloric acid. That hydrochloric acid should turn pink, okay, when it hits the universal indicator. That is your tracking mechanism to show you where the acid is. Then you're going to add distilled water, holding this at a 45 like this, carefully and slowly. And the reason why is you don't want the water to really mix with the acid. So as you get about where my fingers are right now, it will turn clear. And then you just keep continuing, fill this up, fill it up till you get a little bubble at the top. Okay? Then your partner, while one partner is doing that because it takes a while, is going to get a piece of magnesium ribbon from me. They're going to tie the magnesium ribbon. Well, first they're going to weigh the magnesium ribbon, write it in your notes, then they're going to tie it in the center and sort of make a ball around that thread. Okay? If you just wrap it, so what the big thing is, you don't want to leave it flat because it gets stuck on the sides of the tube if you leave it flat. So just sort of roll it into a ball. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to take that ball, and you actually have to sort of break the surface tension up here to get the ball to come in. You're going to get the ball to come in and maybe hang about right here. Okay, so below the starting of the markings, but a long ways from the opening. So about right here. Then what you're going to do is take the cork. The cork has holes in the top. So you're going to push the cork on, and the water will come up through it. That's what you want it to do. It's just water, it won't hurt you. Okay, because by the time you're up here, it's just distilled water. So you're pushing the cork on. Make sure it's tight. Then you're going to put your finger over the cork. You're going to turn it upside down, and you're going to put it in the shoebox full of water. Okay, then once it's underneath the water level, you'll let your finger go. You'll attach it to a burette clamp, okay, and you'll let it just sit there. After a while, the acid will start coming down. It's more viscous than the water. It will come and finally hit the magnesium and start reacting. It'll give off gas. You do not want this tube on the bottom. You want it above the bottom of the shoebox because it's going to force out water as the gas expands up here. Okay? So as it finishes, you'll have some bubbles that are ending up on the side when all the main bubbles end. You want to take and you want to tap it on the bottom of the trough. And that's just to dislodge the bubbles that are on the side. Okay? I don't mean really, hammer it down, but just tap it just to dislodge them. Okay? At that point, you're going to take your finger underneath again, and you'll know that the acid is not there because there shouldn't be any pink when you're done. Okay? Or it's such a low concentration, it's not going to hurt you by then. So as long as you don't see pink, if you see pink, then you better be calling me over because something went wrong. All right? You're going to take and put your finger underneath, hold the hole again, and then you're going to take and put this whole apparatus into some tall graduated cylinders. So you're only going to be able to get your finger in about this far before you have to take it off, and then you're going to bring it down. There'll be some water left in here. Okay? What you want to do is say this is the top of the water in the graduated cylinder. You want to get the top of the water inside this glass collection tube to be the same as the water outside. By doing that, we equalize the pressure inside and outside, so we know what the pressure is. And we can take the pressure of the room to be what the pressure in here is. You want to read down. These are accurate to 2 after the decimal, so you better be giving me a reading 2 after the decimal. Okay? Once you've got that reading, you just pick this up, dump it out, rinse it out real carefully with some distilled water. That's why you have your little beakers. Fill them full with water, just rinse them out. Regular tap water is fine. And then we're going to be putting these away because there's another lab that needs to go in there. So we're going to be putting everything away that we see out. Okay? That's our job. So once that's all put away and cleaned, I'll give you a stamp. You come back in here, we do our 2 labs. Graphs. We should be able to finish both graphs by the end of the period, plus hopefully be able to do some other things. It depends on how quickly you follow the instructions I just gave you. Are there any questions with the instructions I just gave you? Okay, goggles are mandatory. Aprons are your choice. Okay, we're heading to the very back lab.
Can you run through all that one more time real quick?
2 or 3 drops, indicator, 10 milliliters acid, distilled water up to the top, over the top. Weigh your magnesium ribbon, put the string in the middle of it, wrap it around it, tap it in, hold the string on the outside, put your cork on, upside down into the water, let it react. After it's all reacted, tap, tap, put my finger underneath, put it in the tall graduated cylinder, equalize, read down. Okay, got it?
Do you put in 10 milliliters of hydrochloric acid, or do you do
10 milliliters. No, 10 milliliters, you have a little graduated cylinder back there. Okay, let's go, very back lab. I don't know why that's not working.